Hi Cancer, welcome to your reading. If you're new to the channel, I do timeless readings, which means that whenever you find this video is when you are meant to hear the messages within it. Also, I upload my new Cancer and Capricorn videos on Thursdays, and the deck that I'm using today is called The Gilded Tarot, and it's by Ciro Marchetti. Okay. And as always, if you're interested in getting a personal reading, the link is in the description. Oh. So we had these three cards fly out. Okay. So, your overall energy right now is the Page of Pentacles. That leads me to believe that you are trying to move forward on an ideal, I feel. I feel that whenever I see the page of any kind, it's the beginning inception period of a plan of moving forward. So once you see that page level up into a knight is when you start to see the action moving towards that. So I almost feel that this is very romantic and that you're trying to lay down a stable foundation in a new relationship. So I'm looking at the cards that you have, and you have the Major Arcana, the Death, which the Death talks about, it can represent the astrological sign of Scorpio. And I see the King of Cups, and the King of Cups is water signs also. So you have that Scorpio energy again, but you also have Cancer and Pisces. So I'm definitely getting that a lot of you guys might be either in a relationship with a Scorpio or trying to establish one. And it's very interesting because I definitely see that there's a hindrance or an obstacle in the way right now. With this Four of Wands and the Four of Cups, I see the want for stability. When I see the Four of Cups, I always think of somebody who has something in a situation but wants more. Someone who longs to see more development in the situation. It's an energy of discontentment and wanting more out of life. And with the Four of Wands, that is my level up card, especially in the context of relationships. It's like going from talking to someone to dating, and to like casually dating to a serious commitment, and you know, from possible like marriage to children, that kind of a thing. It's a level up. And I feel that with this Page of Pentacles, it's almost like I'm getting that for some of you, you're in a relationship and you're trying to set forward a new stable foundation. I'm getting Tower energy, which is also Scorpionic, but you know, not everyone is necessarily in a connection with a Scorpio, but I am getting very heavy transformational energies. The Tower talks about breaking down the tower to build it again and have a more stable and firm foundation. And I'm getting that kind of energy from this Four of Cups and the Four of Wands, but not necessarily as dramatic or as explosive as it is seen with the Tower card. And I feel like a lot of that might have to do with emotional communication, because I see the King of Cups and I see the Six of Pentacles right next to it. And that leads me to believe that there was not as much communication in the past, because the Six of Pentacles talks about generosity and giving openly. And I'm looking at this particular interpretation of the Six of Pentacles, and he has a scale with two pentacles on it, trying to create balance and equalness. And I think that that's what the issue may have been in the past, is that one or both partners were a little bit, I'm getting more one of the partners was a little bit more closed off emotionally than the other partner. And it could have been you, Cancer. And that's why there's this Page of Pentacles, because with the Four of Cups and the Four of Wands, like, the issue here seems to be emotional closed offness. And when you start to lay down this foundation again, you start to see your blessings. Because I'm looking at this, at the Sun in Temperance in reverse, right? And whenever I see the Sun, I always say that the Sun is the happiest card in the tarot deck. And to see it in reverse, to me, doesn't necessarily mean that you're upset or sad or anything. It just means that you're not necessarily seeing the blessings that you probably know that you should have, and you're not seeing all these things come into fruition for you. And that begs the question, why? And I think it has to do with this emotional fulfillment. Or sorry, this emotional communication. Like, the Temperance talks about balance. And to see it in reverse, to me, makes me feel like this balance with the Six of Pentacles, where both partners were openly giving communication and talks of emotion, just wasn't there. And that led to an issue where the communication and the relationship suffered as a result. And keep in mind that if you're single, this also applies to you. It could have been a situation or a relationship that never really got off the ground because of the lack of this open communication or an open expression of feelings. And like I was saying earlier, this Death card, I feel, is representative of that, of the change in that closed-mindedness, that closedness. I feel that the Eight of Swords is definitely representative of you guys not openly expressing each other's emotions. And I feel like it is reciprocal, at least to some degree, where it's like, well, if you don't talk about your emotions, then I don't feel safe doing it. And it's a lot more difficult when someone has to give, a whole meter or a whole foot, and the other person's only giving like an inch or a centimeter if you use the metric system. But what I'm saying is that this person could have been hurt in the past, and that's what's led to this closed offness. And with the Eight of Swords, they feel trapped and like they can't speak it, and I feel like they want to, but that leads to further feelings of entrapment. But I do see that there's a change here, especially with this Death card. The Death card is symbolizing the end of that situation. And with the end of that comes a new beginning, right? The new beginning, which is this Page of Pentacles that's occurring right now as we speak, which is going to lead into the Six of Pentacles with King of Cups energy, where they're emotionally fulfilled and warm, because the King of Cups is a very warm and caring person. He acknowledges that he has emotions, but he doesn't let them control him. And I feel like once you start to see that, you're gonna see this Four of Wands and the Sun upright instead of in reverse, because the fact that this isn't taking place is what's making the Sun come out as reverse energy. And the Four of Cups and the Temperance is just further compacting that you guys further compounding the message that you guys want this relationship to level up and to soar into even greater heights. But that lack of emotional reciprocation is really what's making the relationship stagnant right now. And I definitely don't get that well, I say relationship, but it doesn't necessarily have to be a relationship yet. Either way, I'm getting that once this does take place, you're going to start to see a lot more movement. But that was your reading for this time around, Cancer. If you enjoyed, please consider leaving a like or a comment because it really helps out the channel. And I personally really like to know if these readings resonate for you. But like I said before, I upload my new Cancer videos on Thursdays, but you're more than welcome to look at my other timeless readings that I have on my channel. And with that being said, I sincerely hope to see you guys next time for your next reading.